Good morning, students. So today we are going to see about a linked list implementation. So we have two forms of linked list implementation. One is array-based implementation and the second one linked list-based implementation. So already we have discussed with array-based implementation. So today we are going to see about linked list-based implementation. So what is linked list? It is a collection of data elements. They are called as nodes and each node is linked to another node in the list. Why we go for a linked list? So we have some disadvantages in array-based implementation of list ADT. So we go for linked list implementation. What are the disadvantages we have? The main disadvantage is the size of the array. So in array-based implementation, we have to specify the size of an array in advance. Similarly, in array-based implementation, all the elements must be stored in a sequential location. We cannot store the elements in a random location. So in order to overcome these two disadvantages, we go for linked list implementation. First, we see what are the basic terms in linked list. So a linked list is a linear collection of data elements. So this is an example of linear data structure. These data elements are called as nodes. What is the use of linked list? Linked list can be used to implement other data structures like stack, queues, etc. How the linked list is represented? So in linked list, every node contains two parts, left part and the right part. The left part contains the data and the right part contains a pointer to the next node. The last node contains its next field as null because since it is the last node, okay, its next field is its next field is set to null. We don't have any other elements in this linked list, okay, beyond the last element. That's why its next field is set as null. And always we use a special pointer called start. This start stores the address of first node in a linked list. So see, this is an example of linked list. This linked list contains 4 elements. The starting of the linked list is pointed by start and the end node, its next field is set to null. The sample code for the linked list. So I told you each node contains two parts, the left part and the right part. The left part contains data and the right part contains the address of the next node. So it can be represented as a structure. The structure is named as node. The structure contains two different data type elements. One is of integer data. The other one is a pointer. This pointer is used to point another one node. So its data type is again struct node. How the linked list is represented in memory. This is our next topic. So see, this is an example. In this example, I have stored the word hello. This word hello is stored using a data structure linked list. I told you start is a special pointer which stores the address of first element in the linked list. So which is my first element in this linked list? 1. So this 1 is stored in a pointer variable start. So the first node contains the data height. After the first data, the second data is stored in the fourth location. So this is the difference of array implementation and linked list implementation. In array implementation, the data's height and e must be stored in consecutive location. But in linked list, you can store the data in any available random location. So after height, E is stored in fourth location. So the next part of first node contains the address 4. So my second data is E. After E, I have to move to the location 7 to get my third data L. After L, I have to move to the location 8 to get my fourth data. After 8, I have to move to the location 10 to get my fifth data. Since this is the last node in this linked list, its next field is set to null. So null can be represented either as X or as -1. So this is how the linked list is represented in memory. Now, to compare array-based implementation of ListADT and linked list implementation of ListADT. In array-based implementation, the main thing is all the elements must be stored in a sequential memory location. They must be stored in a consecutive memory location. The space must be continuously available. You can store the elements in a continuous space. You cannot go for random location. But in linked list, you can store the elements in any random location. Array-based implementation allows random access of data. That is, by specifying the index, you can access the data randomly in array-based implementation. For example, if A is the array name, A of 4 denotes fourth element of the array A. So you can directly access the fourth element. You don't need to access the first element, second element, third element, and so on. You can directly access the fourth element in array-based implementation. But it is not true for linked list implementation. If you want to access the fourth element, you have to access the third element, second element, and first element, because the next node address is stored in the previous node. So you have to traverse all the nodes sequentially to get some data. So it won't support random access. In array-based implementation, once the maximum size gets reached, you cannot add more elements. But in linked list implementation, you can add any number of elements in the linked list. So that's all. So in this class, we have studied the linked list implementation of ListADT, just the basic concepts. Thank you all.